Okay, building off of our beams and ties lecture, let's look at letter C on page 16 and determine what meter this is. Because remember, beams and ties tell us how to see a measure so we can feel it better. And this is really important. One of the questions I ask myself when I am looking to determine meter is, how many things are there? How many groups? Okay, groups. I wish my handwriting was better. I do, I really do. So does all my teachers before me. How many groups? Okay. How are things grouped as well? Well, look at number 1. I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, I see 4 things. I see 4 things. And I see that those things are eighth notes. 4 eighth notes. That would mean that we are in 4/8. 4 eighth notes, that's how I see them grouped. Could this be 2/4? Do we see, is this a quarter note and is this a quarter note? It is, but that's not how it was grouped. If this was 2/4, it would be like this, but it's not. Okay, let's do number 2 together. How many things, how many groups do we see here? Okay, well, this is a group because it is beamed together. And there I see 3 eighth notes, and that's a really important thing. 3 eighth notes together means that it's a dotted beat note. So I see a dotted quarter here. Okay, a dotted quarter. And let me see if this can be grouped similarly. This is an eighth note. Yes, sure enough, this is a dotted quarter. I see 2 dotted quarters because that's how they are beamed together. So 2 dotted quarters, because we know whenever we have a beat note that is a dotted quarter, that means it's a compound meter. So the top number will be 6, 8, or 12. 6, 9, or 12. So this is 6, because there are 2 of them, 2 in compound meter means 6, and 6, 8, because that is the division of the beat. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 2 more together, and the rest you're going to do on your own. All right, number 3. How are things grouped together? Well, here are 3 quarter notes. Here are 3 quarter notes, because a dotted half has 3 quarter notes in it. And here, let's see, a whole note is 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And a dot of that whole note is another 2 quarter notes. Okay, so I did the math. I'm not very good at math, but I did it. That's the extent of my math. So that means there are 6 quarter notes there. This is good news. So this has 2, 3 things in it. 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh my gosh, I have 4 3s, which means that this is another compound meter. Again, when you see a bunch of dots, you know you're going to be in a compound meter because the beat note in compound meter is always dotted. So quarter note gets the dotted half gets the beat. That means that this is 12, 4. My apologies. I stumbled. So let's just do one more. Here we have a group that's beamed together, and it has 2 eighth notes. And let's see, here are 2 eighth notes. I shouldn't say, these aren't 2 eighth notes. This is, I'm going to back up, There are 2 eighth notes there, but they are beamed as a quarter note. They're not beamed in 2 eighth notes. This is beamed as this is a quarter note, and here is actually a quarter note. So you have 3 quarter notes. 3 quarter notes means that we're in 3/4. Okay? Now, I'm just going to give you a little hint that if you see dots in lots of places, that you should be thinking compound. Okay? I starred those for you. Thank you.